Hello friends, my name is Santosh and today we're going to talk about how to prepare for a leadership interview. In this topic, I'm going to cover 5 golden rules that if you follow, definitely going to help you prepare for any kind of a leadership interview. So if you have not subscribed my channel, please do it now because I keep uploading interesting videos on leadership topics and motivational topic. So please do that, and without any delay, let's start. First golden rule, you have to read the job profile very carefully because the job profile summarizes what all are the requirements and expectation from that role. So you have to read the job profile multiple times, and the rule that I follow is when I read through the job profile, I segregate that requirement and expectation into different buckets. So let's say if I'm applying for a role of a head of business excellence, then if I go through the job profile, then there is a section on a strategic work, there is a section of program management, there is a section of continuous improvement, there is a section of team management, there is a section of a global exposure. You would have worked with people of different nationalities, different cultures, so you're adaptable to that kind of environment. So these are 4 or 5 buckets. So please read the job profile very clearly and very carefully, because in case if they ask a question like why you're interested in this role, or what do you know about this role, or why should we hire you, now all that pre-work that you've already done, now you can fit in here. Because why you should hire me? Because I've done a strategic role, I have experience of program management, continuous improvement, team management, global exposure, and I can add a lot of value to this role, and that's why you should hire me, and this is what I know about this role, and this is why I'm interested in this role, right? So you have to read the job profile very clearly and very carefully, because you can answer a lot of questions that you might face in your interview. Second golden rule, once you have segregated the job profile into different buckets, now is the time to identify those programs, those projects and that work that you have done in that area, and refresh your data, refresh your memory, go through the details of those programs and projects, because later on you might be asked some questions that based on this work that you have done, you're refreshing the numbers and data, you can easily answer those questions. For example, if somebody says program management, so just refresh 1 or 2 key programs that you have done, that you can share your experience about that, right? And how did you excel in that program? What are the challenges you faced in this program? How did you overcome those challenges? How did you still met the timeline, the budget, and with all those constraints which were there, right? So just refresh 1 or 2 key projects if that is one of the area. If it is team management, how did you handle the team? How did you handle a low performer? How did you handle the conflict between the team? How do you manage that, right? So refresh 1 or 2 examples in that area, because it is really important that you identify some activities that you have done in that area, and then it also helps you understand whether you really qualify for that particular requirement or not, right? And then once you know that okay, you qualify for each of these areas, then you are not only confident, but you also have some examples from each of these areas that you can share if you are asked this question. So it's really important to map your experience and skills and expertise to each of those buckets. The third golden rule is you need to know about the company. I have taken a lot of interviews, and this is the question where most of the people are not well prepared. So they just see that it's a good position, good salary, near to my house, and good place, and then they apply for the position. But then they fail to read about the company, because it's really important that you know the vision, the mission, the future plans. If it's a product company, the top 5 commercial product. If it's a service company, what are the key services they provide? Is it a global company? Where are they located? Whether this company has been in news recently and for what reason. Maybe is a great place to work ranking, because see, if it's not only that, okay, they're offering a very good role and a salary and everything, but then you also need to show them that your own expectation and what you want to do in your life is actually matches with this company's vision, right? And that can be done only when you do a full research about the company. And nowadays everything is available online, so it's not that difficult to find out a lot of details about this company, because there could be some questions where you can quote the vision of the company, you can quote any positive news about the company, which shows that you are not only serious about this role, you're also prepared. So it's very important that you do a good research about the company and then you go for the interview. The fourth golden rule is you need to work on your appearance. Go for a nice haircut, wear nice clothes, not very flashy, very sober, professional looking appearance. You need to have a very pleasing personality, because the moment you enter in the interview room and the interviewer sees you, the first 5 to 10 seconds there is an impression which is formed. So it's very important that you take care of your hygiene. Your nails should be cut, a nice haircut, a nice dress, a properly cleaned dress, a nice bag. You should be carrying a pen. So it's really important that you work on your appearance. Your personality should be pleasing, and then you create a very good impression, a very good first impression on the interviewer. So appearance plays a very important role. The last golden rule. Now the last golden rule is combination of multiple things. First of all, only when you qualify for a certain role, then only apply. Otherwise, I've seen people who embarrass themselves in the interview, because out of 5 expectations they meet only 2, and if some very specific questions are asked from them, they're not able to answer. So wait for the right opportunity. If you don't qualify for that role, and I'm sure one day you're gonna get it. So only when you qualify, apply for the position. Don't embarrass yourself. Okay, now when you're going for the interview, please take a good night's sleep. It should not be that you're watching Netflix till 3 a.m. and when you get up you have red eyes. Don't do that. Take a good night's sleep. When you get up in the morning, you're relaxed. Have a good breakfast. Don't skip it, and don't try to watch news, because these days the news are very depressing. And if you watch a news and if there is a very negative content that is there, then it might happen that it might distract. It might stays with you, and it distracts your focus. So no news. When you go for the interview, carry some light snacks, because sometimes what happens is the interview might get extended. It might be 2 hours that you block, but it might go up to 3 or 4 hours, because there are many rounds that you have to go through. So keep some light snacks, because if you're hungry and they're grilling you in the interview, you might lose focus. So have some light snacks in your bag, and also keep your phone charged, because in one of the interviews I saw that the person was charging the phone and the focus was on the phone, and the person was getting distracted, and so I was also getting distracted. So keep your phone charged, so that if you have to send an important message to somebody, or if you are expecting an important call, then you can reply back to the person that you're in mid of something, right? So keep your phone charged. It's also helpful if you keep some A4 blank sheets with you, because in case if they ask you a question that what is the framework that you will make, or what is the model that you will adopt, you can take the A4 sheet, create that framework, create that model immediately and show it to them, right? So it really creates a good impression that you are prepared, you are really serious about this. So you just keep those A4 sheets ready. Also, it is important that in case if there's a slight chance that interview might get extended, so please check with HR. And if they're saying, it is 2 hours, but it might get extended, then probably take half a day leave, so that you're focused and you're there physically and mentally and giving the interview. You're not missing any important call, or you're not missing any important meeting. So it's important that you block that time, and if required, you take a leave, right? So these are some of the tips. Really sure that if you follow these tips, you will well prepared for the interview. And in my second video, I'm going to talk about what are the various questions that HR or the hiring manager or the super boss might ask in those leadership interviews. So please watch out for my next video, and till my next video, take care. Bye bye.